So like maybe people who really enjoy this genre are like, yeah, keep stacking chairs behind that bitch.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to the Devil's Work podcast. I am PsydeShow, that is Skeptik, and we like to go to the movies sometimes. Generally, we watch the most fucked up movies in the world and then tell them back to you, so you ain't gotta watch them. But yeah, we went out and saw some movies today.
Every now and then, we like to do what we call an Icky, Quicky, where we review a more recent film, like PsydeShow saying, but without doing, quite as deep of a dive as we do on a regular episode. More reactionary.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we just recently saw the brand new dog-forward film, Good Boy.
Yup.
Directed by, I think his name is Shane Jensen. Nope.
Yes.
Ben Loenberg. It says Ben Loenberg.
Yeah.
Shane Jensen is in the film.
Yeah. So this is basically What the Dog Doing, the movie.
Yeah.
That's the entire viewpoint of this film. It's like that's the direction it goes in.
See, I'm confused because I thought he was who owns the dog? That's what I'm.
The director.
The director.
Yeah, the director.
Owns the dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indy.
Because I thought he was also the star of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, so they did something interesting. I saw an interview last podcast. Shout out again. They interviewed the director, and they were talking about the process of it in the back. He is apparently doing the face acting, like he's the body in the film, but it's someone else doing the voiceover for his role. So yeah, someone else plays him in the movie, but he is playing because they had to get Indy to react certain ways and stuff like that. So it's him.
Much like the rest of this film. Why? That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot of unnecessary work. That's This is a movie that's like impossible to talk about without spoilers because the synopsis is just the whole movie. It's a possession movie, but there's a dog.
Yeah,
like that's
possession haunted house movie / they did a little. It's a spooky time movie, but again, it's through the eyes of the dog.
Yeah, it's weird that you're right. It is kind of simultaneously possession and haunted house, but the house is just like haunted by the thing that's possessing him anyway. So it's weird. It's
I mean, that's like kind of a trope that's in possession movies too. That the possession also does.
Yeah, he came to the house possessed, and then the house was like, oh, well, we kind of got the same sort of evil coming here, so just pour it in the bin. It's okay if it mixes. It's like it's the same thing.
Pour it in the bin. That's good. For sure. Yeah, I know. I clearly had a great time and enjoyed it. I thought it was a little. It's a great as an experiment. Like I love films that take swings. I like, you know what I mean? Like Skinamarink, very divisive film, very, very ambience. You gotta you just gotta feel the vibe for it. Very, experimental to every degree. But this one I like. He was taking chances. They took their time with it. Clearly, this movie took like 3-4 years to make. He said,
yeah.
And it was well executed. I thought it was just fun little horror movie, and it's great for this fall season. So
yeah, I mean, I just felt like it was just, I mean, like I said, kind of why it was just like the most bare bones, like nothing happens, no deeper mystery kind of film, and it was sort of like. I said afterwards, it was like in how most possession movies, there's like 2 or 3 like, I didn't put that there, or like, oh, why is the door slamming? And then someone like actually sees the ghost, and then they like talk about it and the plot moves forward. But this movie was like 65 minutes of like the door slamming and like you being like, what's over there? It was like the whole movie was the first 20 minutes of any other possession movie. How I felt.
That's what I'm saying. So I do agree with you. That's what I mean. It's a very tropey, by the numbers sort of horror film, but just through the eyes of the dog. They were like, let's make the dog the star character, which it's always. He was talking about how it's fun to play with the notion of when your dog's like barking in a dark corner and you're like, what the fuck are you staring at? Like, what the fuck's going on? This was kind of his, take on that.
I just feel like ultimately he didn't really do anything with it though. The whole, literally the entire point of the movie is there's a dog in it. The writing and the pacing and the everything else about the movie is just like, it's a student film. Like this is a movie. This is a movie that
especially if it's first outing. Yeah,
this is a movie that if a 10-year-old made, we'd all be like, "Great job, buddy!" But a grown man made it, and we're supposed to I saw an article that was like, Indy, the dog from Good Boy, pens a letter to the Academy asking to be considered for best actor.
That was a jokey one. I saw it. It was
yourself,
it was
dude.
a jokey. Yeah, it was a jokey little.
This
post.
film is dogaganda. As much as there's copaganda, this is fucking dogaganda.
Hey, I'm falling for it, man. This shit was fucking great.
I gotta say though, after like 10 or 15 minutes, I felt mad uncomfortable, and not because the movie was like super tense and scary. I don't think it was either of those things at all. But I just genuinely was like, how do I feel about the way this dog is being treated? Because there's a few times where he's like snatched by the collar and yanked under the bed, or he gets his neck caught in a rabbit trap.
I think the yanking, they showed that in the behind the scenes.
They didn't show that. They
didn't.
No, they did not. They specifically did not show that, and that was one of my questions. Was okay, in the behind the scenes, you're going to show us a scene of the dog sitting on the couch and looking to the side, and a scene of the dog sitting on the bed and looking to the side. Why aren't you showing the like 4 or 5 times that the dog was like in peril, that was in frame, not just like the whole thing was just like, did you know that you can cut from one thing to another in a movie? And I was just like, oh my fucking God, dude. Like, please don't ever make another movie.
I appreciated the way, again, like the way that he was going for the Kuleshov effect stuff that he brought up was interesting. I thought that was because it's literally what he's doing. You're putting all of your emotions and everything onto the dog. The dog has no clue he's in a movie. And that was fun.
It's like, all right, but I don't think any animal has ever known it's in a movie. Like, animals don't know what movies are. Yeah,
obviously. I'm talking about the fact that the audience because again, the whole thing with the Kuleshov effect was that they show a dude with a blank expression, then they show a coffin, show the same exact dude, and then they show, what was it, like, they show like a bowl of soup, and it was like hunger, and so it's like, and then they show a woman in this, and it's like they express different things because the audience is impressing that meaning upon them. Yeah,
no, totally. But that's like day one film school. I learned that in like film class in middle school,
Yeah, but it's never been done with a dog before.
I guess, but has it been done well now that it's been done?
Well, again, you set the bar, and then it's up to people to surpass it.
Yeah, I don't think this is a realm people even need to surpass. I'm pretty sure they literally like passed some laws a few years ago that are like, don't put animals in movies anymore, because like 9 times out of 10, and I'm not saying this is the case in this movie, there's parts that I think are like very iffy, and I'm like concerned about how they were done, but I don't think that this dude was like beating the dog with a tire iron to make it do everything. But that's how like they get like chimps to do things in movies.
Yeah, of course. That's what like, Nope was about. That's literally what Nope was about.
Exactly. So that's why like they don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
so
of course.
So I'm kind of like, let's not get back down that.
No, but the whole point was that they took their time, because that was in short bursts that they needed those get out, because that's why they drew this whole process out.
There are parts I think that are iffy. I don't think that the guy hit his dog, but I do think it's a very measured and calculated thing to show us like the tamest things possible in the in the post credits, like behind the scenes, but not to show the like several times that the dog was like actually scared and like freaking out and whining.
Yeah,
and, like it could just be that they closed the door and left because some dogs start
that's
freaking
literally
out when
what,
you, when you do that.
That's what he talks about
but
too.
show me the parts where the dog was like actually in peril, because the parts where he's just like looking around at stuff, like yeah, of course the dog's fine. But the parts I'm worried about.
I don't know. I never got a sense of that because I was watching it too. I was looking out for the same things too because I was like, how, you know, and everybody is curious about.
A wire wraps around the dog's neck and starts dragging him into the tree trunk, and like that, we're seeing him being dragged by the lead. Like it's like it. A lot of it is just juxtaposition of shots, but there's 2 or 3 times where it's like, yeah, he's just pulling this dog by its neck, and like I want to see what makes that okay. And that's the part that I'm concerned about. I'm not saying 100% this dude abuses dog, blah blah blah. I'm just saying the parts we saw in the behind the scenes are not the parts that I'm interested to see. Like, well, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I didn't get the idea.
It's like feeling like Tom Cruise did a Mission Impossible movie. Let's do the behind the scenes, and it's like a dialogue scene, and you're like, this guy was hanging off a plane. So stupid. I want to see, like, what?
That's so stupid.
Like, show me the stunt work.
I never got the impression that the dog was in danger. I never got, because that's the number one question of people, like, does anything happen to the dog? And spoilers, no, nothing happens to the dog. The dog's fine the entire movie.
And that's the most accurate assessment of this movie. Nothing happens to this dog.
Smart ass. I'm saying that it's a fun little hour way to kill time. It's not a very big investment. Go watch it. It's gonna probably be on Shudder by the time that this airs, and you know, I'd recommend it. It's fun.
I mean, yeah, it's if you like dogs, I guess you'll like it. I guess I just don't like dogs enough. I don't know.
Somehow that makes you racist.
It does. There were just like some really confusing elements, like this whole like I thought this was kind of funny. There's a part during the like climax where I
was gonna say, do you want to maybe give the spoiler warning first, so that we go into it?
I guess
like we're just stumbling into it.
I guess you're right. We're gonna go into spoilers now.
Yeah, spoilers coming in.
Head down to your local Petco and grab some high quality treats because it's time for spoilers.
Yeah, now that the kids are gone.
There's a part in the end where he jumps out the window and like falls off the roof, which obviously was a dummy. That obviously, obviously they didn't like make the dog. And then he goes around through the like storm cellar, and there's been this whole buildup of like grandpa and his dogs died here, and like 6 generations of the family lived here, but also no one can live here for like more than a few weeks or whatever. And
after they left, apparently.
Yeah. And the dog Indy is going through the storm cellar, and he finds the skeleton of the grandpa's dog, because they said that he died, but they never found the dog. So I guess the dog was just in the basement, and they didn't check down there. But the dog's there, and the corpse is there, and there's like this whole big moment of like, oh man, like fuck, this is crazy. It's another dog that's dead. Like I mean, I guess that's what we're supposed to be like getting, is that the dog is like a big moment in the hero's journey. And then he jumps over the corpse and goes through the basement, and then we cut to the guy, and he's all sick and everything, and he sees the tar monster, and then all of a sudden Indy just runs into the room. And it was just kind of like, oh, so I guess you didn't really face any like perils or danger. You just were kind of spooked out about jumping over the skeleton. And then he has to go back around and do it again because a door slams on him. He has to like go back out and come back through. He like jumps through the window, which is CGI. Which is good. I'm not hating on the CGI.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Just explaining why the dog jumping through the window is not bad for the dog.
Yeah.
And then he has to go back through the basement, and then this time he has like a confrontation in the basement, and it just kind of felt like, oh shit, we forgot to have him like face a trial down there. Let's like have him get back down there.
Loop back around.
Yeah.
I don't know. I appreciated the little like homage to was it Pulse? I think it was the one. Yeah, that the one that plays with shadows. We haven't done it yet on the show. I really wanted to cover either that one or Cure. Both are fucking phenomenal films. But Pulse was the one that had a lot of like it did that. There's like a famous scene where a shadow kind of starts forming in a wall, and then it just slowly kind of walks towards the camera. It's a very, very fucking cool scene. It's a terrifying scene. But I liked the way that they were playing with shadows in this one. It was very fun. And also, I will say, the director is mean because it is easy to make a jump scare effective when you're just going, aw, the whole time. It legitimately got me like 3 times. I was like, jump scares don't work. Like, I know there's going to be a jump scare for sure. And then it would just lose it a little bit. I'm like, fuck, that dog's cute, man. Ah, fuck.
I just didn't really feel any tension because of how egregiously it was marketed as like, don't even worry, the dog's fine, everything's gonna be cool, it's totally okay. And so I was just like,
then it's gonna be a whole ass fucking movement from PETA if it wasn't.
Well, yeah, but just in general, and even like the vibe of the film itself. So it's not like just the marketing, but just the vibe of the film itself was just like, just not very tense. So like, I don't know, those moments didn't really pop for me. It just felt like it was very obvious the director was a white guy. Let me put it that way.
I don't know. I liked what he was doing in terms of like just again playing with the audience's emotions on the fact that people who do like dogs. I know, obviously, I'm not speaking to a dog lover, but I know
I do love dogs. I just don't want to own one. It's just too much work for me.
That's fair.
It's too much.
But I mean, he was using that. It's effective. Like again, it's effective. Like it's a joke, but that is an effective like use of that. Because if it was like starring a cat, this movie wouldn't exist. That movie doesn't get made. It takes 10 years for that to get made.
On the level of knowing how hard it is to get a creative project done, because this is like, I don't know if I said this to you, but I was just thinking this one day, is just like 99% of people have no idea what it's like to plan and record and produce and package and release an album. You know, let alone a film, let alone a TV show.
Well, because the album you can do yourself, the film you can do yourself nowadays, so it's a little different, but still the amount of work that it takes, and like, you have to want it. You have to want to do that, you know?
Yeah, just actually going, okay, I want to put this song out, even just as a hip-hop artist, just to go, I want to put this song out. Okay, I'm going to get a beat. I'm going to write to that beat. I'm going to practice over this beat. I'm going to schedule studio time. I'm going to go to that studio. I'm going to record this 10, 15, 20 times until
That's if you're not building the beat yourself, too. That's totally. An even more fucking insane thing to wrap my head around.
I'm going to keep in contact with this engineer and make sure that the mix and the master is done.
Correctly.
I'm going to upload it. I'm going to film videos to promote it. I'm going to post and release those videos. I'm going to DM people, all these things. Like, most people don't even think about like doing that. They just... it's just work, go home, do whatever it takes to relax you. Repeat.
On their end, it's just content, like consumption. It's just content. That's all it is. You know what I mean?
And absolutely no shade, but just being able to understand and having done some of those things, like the planning and the effort and everything, like it is impressive to have gotten this done at all.
Yeah, of course.
But it is, just unfortunate from my perspective. The end result just wasn't like a very interesting or unique film, other than the fact that we were like from this dog's perspective, but he just didn't do much with it. I felt like it just kind of ended up following the same beats of the other films without taking like a unique journey, you know?
Yeah, sure. And I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, defend the fact that, yeah, the story was compelling and all that. Yeah, of course it's not. It's just you're right, run of the mill possession demon movie. Like that's it's really it. That's, again, what the dog doing, the movie. Like that's all it is. It's really, like, and that's fine. That's fine for me, because it's just, I was just going into it knowing that was all it was going to be. I knew that was all it was going to be. You know what I mean? From again, because when you say it's from the dog's perspective, I'm like, you're not going to give me Pulse. You're not going to give me just starring the dog. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to give me some incredibly transcendent, you know, new, unique perspective on this type of horror movie. I know it's a popcorn movie. Easily, it's a popcorn movie you can watch with your dog. That's what it is. And, like, you know, I was fine. I was high as shit. I was up in that. Probably was adding more to, like, the shock factor for me. I was just like, God damn, that dog is cute, man.
Yeah, it just becomes, like, ultimately just, you know, I want something with more of, like, just a layer of interest to it, and it just
chew on.
It just ultimately was like, yeah, he's sick, and this is like a cancer monster. So, like, does everyone in this universe who has cancer, or is there a monster after them? Like, like it was, you know. But it's kind of like, you don't think about that. Don't worry about that, you know. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and if all it ends up being, or if all it ended up being was an excuse for him to create something using his animal, his pet, fine, but God bless it. You know what I mean? I am fucking absolutely fine with it. It's cute. I try to involve Mallory in all kinds of shit that I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, we try to involve. It's a natural thing to want to imprint them in something that's, you know, supposed to be forever. And it's like it's a natural inclination, and I really applaud that. If that's all this was. If
you really like dogs and you really like possession movies, I mean, in the same way that, like, I mean, I'll hate watch Titans, the worst superhero show of all time ever.
Yeah. The DC one, yeah, for sure. I was like, wait, which one are you talking about?
It's absolutely horrible, but I'll put it on while I'm, like, cleaning the studio or something, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, Teen Titans slaps.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, very clear distinction. Absolutely.
But in the same way that I'll you know, hate watch that, or I'll put on, in a more positive way, I'll put on, like, any DC animated movie and be like, yeah, whatever. I've read Death of Superman. I don't really care. Like, I don't have to, like, watch this and pay attention.
Yeah, it's background noise.
But, like, it's nice to have the moving colors, you know?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I can see that. If you just like these things and it's, you know, good enough, whatever. I know it's not the fucking Mona Lisa.
Yeah, no, absolutely no. It's and that's, again, I really do think it was just, if that's all his intention was, to do that and then use the student film thing with the Kuleshov effect thing. Fine, you know what I mean? Fine, dude, just go ahead. You know, you put money to do this. I respect that. And again, you did the fucking work to put this out. I respect that even more. Like, it, you know, it takes work, and it took a lot of work to get this done.
I just need to see less of the smug grin from this guy, because every interview I see of him, he's just like, I put my dog in a movie.
He's blowing up because of the dog. The dog's doing the heavy lift. Indy's the real star, not you, bro. We didn't even fucking remember the name.
When I saw the Indy pens the letter, I was like, go fuck yourself to fucking death, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, the movies,
that was a joke, though. I hope you understand that. That was a fucking joke.
No, this is another mediocre white guy being like, this is my in. I gotta write it as hard as I can.
This is my in.
Yeah, this is his in. He's like, this is gonna propel me, and we'll see if he gets a second film, if someone finances something.
Well, okay, because Shudder has picked this up. It's gonna be on Shudder soon, so it's like, again, Shudder is something that we love over here too. We love the fact that they're a company that takes chances on their, like, the creatives that they do the work with, the ones that they like, the the films that they source, like we're probably going to be covering Waseda the Bone Woman very soon. That movie fucking rips, and it's one of the, I think it's an exclusive or an original, but like, yeah, those movies, they're, again, it's kind of scattershot. It's like early days of Netflix where like everything what they did was really good, and then it just really fell off. But I'm not saying that's how Shudder is, but you know, it's often been called the Netflix of horror. And I do believe early on all of the content was like fucking solid, like really fucking solid. Now it's kind of hit or miss for me. It's a little bit, you know, hit or miss, but mostly overall I love that they take chances on their creators and like they let them do whatever the fuck. Again, Skinamarink, one notoriously, we loved that movie. Fucking, there are so many people that shat on that movie. Many people that fucking hated it. And you know, it's totally fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Absolutely. But I do think Shudder themselves have done a really good job of sourcing really creative artists and giving them a lot of leeway to be able to play with what, you know, what make their visions come true.
See, that's the thing that I would, and I agree with you for the most part. Like, obviously, Shudder's, you know, a pretty good streaming service. There's a lot of good stuff that like legacy, and then there's a lot of chances they'll take on things like Coffee Table and stuff like that. So no shade to Shudder whatsoever.
Absolutely.
But I will counter, while this film was inarguably experimental, I do not believe it was creative, and I think that's the best way that I could give my take on it.
I see what you're saying, and even now, okay, yeah, I'll give you that. I'll agree with you because again, it's not they're not saying anything new. They're not saying anything. You know what I mean? Like I said,
it was just purely the experiment. It was the
100%
the mechanical aspect of it.
It's about the vibe, bro.
Can you do it? But the question now is, should it have been done? You knew where it was going, didn't you?
That's so good.
But should we have?
100%. Yeah, that's funny as fuck. But I mean, okay, well, like, I mean, what did you like about the aspects of it? Like, was there any like scene that stuck out to you that you thought was particularly cute, or, you know, was just like?
No, I mean, there was a time when I really liked possession movies, but sometime around like Haunting in Connecticut, I think.
Oh yeah,
it just clicked for me. I was like, oh. Every single one of these movies is the same exact thing. Yeah. And I saw a meme, and I'm sure I've referenced it on the show before, where it's like, isn't it funny that these like vastly powerful, like seventh dimensional demons like always start the process by like slamming doors when this white woman isn't looking? It's just like such a like impotent thing to do for like an incredibly powerful being. Yeah. It's just like, oh, I fucking switched the tops on the peanut butter and jelly. What is that gonna do? There's gonna be peanut butter in the jelly and jelly in the peanut butter. What? I stacked these chairs up behind her. Why? There was a butcher knife right here. Why didn't you just kill her? You want a blood sacrifice.
I'm gonna slide this baby across the floor 5 feet.
Yeah, it's always like just like these funny little goofball ass things that these fucking demons are doing. And this movie is like 60 minutes of that. So it's just like my least favorite part of the genre for like a long time. So it's like, if you like that, if you enjoy that buildup, because in certain things, like in conspiratorial Yakuza movies, or in like a well done, like witchy, magical, Lovecraftian sort of movie, like there is joy in that build up, in that like, ooh, don't tell me just yet, like keep adding layers of like what the fuck is going on here. So like maybe people who really enjoy this genre are like, yeah, keep stacking chairs behind that bitch.
No, that's what I'm saying. I feel it's so funny because I actually really do feel similarly. Like, I used to really like possession movies, and I still really do. I enjoy the genre when they do new things with it.
I do fuck with Paranormal Activity.
Oh yeah,
and,
no,
and
absolutely.
I think it's because of the sleep element. As someone who has night terrors, I think that works.
It's fun to play with. It's a good thing to play with. Yeah,
that fucks me up. That and Fourth Kind, but also those are movies I saw as a teenager, and maybe visiting them again now, I'd go, oh, what the fuck.
Sure, and even that wraps back into this conversation. Like, yeah, there's probably young filmmakers who are probably going to be, people who are to be filmmakers who are going to watch this and be like, hey, this is kind of cool. Maybe I can do something like this or whatever. And like, you're right. Yes, the joke earlier. Yes, a 10-year-old made this.
Yeah, I was gonna say
again. What if
go
it
back
appeals,
to that? There's a lot of 10-year-olds like
my thing is that what if it appeals to? That's why I have no hatred towards like newer bands that are getting huge like Sleep Token and shit. People are like shitting all over Sleep Token, and it's like. My viewpoint is that, hey, newer kids are going to be listening to them. My niece might be listening to this shit. And, like, they're going to be, like, interested in what other type of, like, metal there is out there. And that way it'd be, hey, I can show you better stuff if you like this. Like, they probably took notes from this. And so that's why I like the fact that things like this exist. Shudder is opening up the doors for creatives like this to be putting work out because horror is now more mainstream than it has ever been before. And that I think is really cool because we're getting some really interesting, like, young adult films, like teen films, like all of these things. They're really, it's a blossoming, I think, in these more recent years. A lot of Wendell and Wild was one that came to mind. And that one my niece showed me. And I'm even down to do a fucking episode on that someday. It's very good, but it's like it's a kids movie. You know what I mean? It's
don't you make me watch a children's horror movie?
That's what I'm saying. It's way fucking better than you think. It's very an interesting film. But again, Monkey Paw. These production companies are doing the work of like taking chances on these creatives, allowing them the space to do this shit. And I think it's cool. It's only going to be a net positive. Genuinely, you know what I mean? Like, what harm can this movie do?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, rats off to him for finishing it.
Yeah, honestly, for sure. He did a thing. He did a movie.
There's been times with less moving parts where I've been genuinely, amazed with myself for getting something done, for getting people together. That's the hardest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah, we've
getting more than 3
before.
people to do one thing. That is
100%
fucking difficult.
That's what I'm saying.
So I got to give him props as far as that is concerned. I think just by and large, it just wasn't ever going to be for me.
Yeah,
and I think
that's fine.
I think it's mostly just the genre, and it's kind of like my long-held belief of the first person to ever do something never does it well because they're the first person to do it. And
that's what I brought up earlier. They set the bar. Now it's up to you to raise it.
Yeah, 200 years after the guitar is invented. I don't know. Fact check me. I have no fucking idea. I'm not looking it up. Jimi Hendrix comes along. But but Hendrix, if he was born 100 years earlier, he would not have been the man that he was. Like, it's not just exactly. you. It's you and the time and the environment and the people around you.
15th century Spain, by the way.
Okay, good. I figured it was pretty old.
Sorry, go ahead.
But it's the first person to do it. It is great that they did it. They broke that barrier. They started this. They created this. But they're not going to be as good as someone 100 years later who has them as the backbone and all the people that come between them. Like the way kids skateboard now. Like, it's fucking nuts, dude. I love that shit. It's because when I was skating, when I was a kid, we were doing like a certain level of tricks, and then the next generation came up at the skate park, and I knew many 10, 11, 12-year-olds when I was like 18 or 19.
I was like, then Jackass hit and changed fucking everything.
Well, I just mean like you raise the bar, and then the new kids who come in, that's where the bar is. So then they raise the bar, and then the new kids who come in, that's the bar. So they raise the bar.
Yeah, I mean, Jackass did do that though, in every way. They were skating on the show at some point, and they like elevated it to like more dangerous shit. So people in real life were just taking more fucking chances.
Well, not even the dangerous shit. I'm thinking more of the technicality of it.
For sure.
Of like doing all these late flips and under flips and in and out of grinds and doing flip tricks out of handrails and all this shit that like when I was a kid, if someone did a front blunt side kick flip out down an 11 stair, they would be considered the best skater in the world.
For sure.
And now there's like a whole host of 11-year-old kids that do fucking, you know, fakey big flip, front blunt, big flip out. So it's like just such a huge. So maybe in 20 years there will be a dog-led film that I'm like, wow, that was actually groundbreaking and I love it.
That's so funny.
But today is not that day. And I hesitate to say this guy is Rodney Mullen. You know?
I was gonna say, why was Rodney Mullen in my head too? That's so funny. Oh my god, no, you're right, and I think that's the thing too. So I like, and to bring that back around to like just the genre, I appreciate. I like possession films that do new things with that genre, with the tropes, like what we covered. Saint. Oh my god, what was it?
Saint Maud.
Saint Maud, yes.
Yeah, having
Saint
like
Maud.
the religious psychosis element and the like, is it God or is it the devil? And
or is it fucking?
She just sick?
Is she just crazy? Yeah, it's such. That's what I'm saying. I like films that do that, and especially like, well, even Exorcist 3. Did something new with the genre because it was like barely possession mentioned in that motherfucker. It was a noir film first and foremost.
Fucking so good.
Oh, beautiful. Go listen to both of our episodes on those movies. That's what I'm saying. So we love, and that's what I'm saying. I love personally movies that do something new with the things that they've, again, like you said, that come before it.
Yeah.
And while I don't think Good Boy achieved that, I do think it was trying to start the new conversation of like, hey, this is something that like we knew would be possible like before in like very shitty conditions, but like that's why they were talking about like Air Bud and stuff like that. Like, so it's like, that's like that dog got the shit beat out of it. That's what I'm saying. It's like literally like, so it's like we knew that these things could be done in this way before, but it's not. These are better conditions. This is a new time. This is a new like, way for this.
And to be clear, what I'm saying about the parts that I do find iffy about the movie is show me the behind the scenes so that I can feel better. I'm not. Yeah, for sure. I'm not making accusations. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying there's a few parts that couldn't be, totally super duper 100% faked. The same way that the dog in one shot opposite the monster in another shot is obviously not something the dog's experiencing. But just that's all I'm saying is like, for sure. That's the part, like, and if I was making the movie, that's what I would have thought is I should probably show them like more of the stunt parts so that people are like, oh, okay, he was just like really gently pulling the little thing and you can see the dog's back paws moving with him, so it's not like he's dragging the dog, you know what I mean? I don't doubt that that's what it is, but like I'm just like, I don't know, it feels a little measured. Release the Epstein files and release the behind the scenes of the stunts.
Release the 30-minute cut of the stunts. That's so fucking.
And I'm not alone in that. I'm not alone in these beliefs.
I fucking love that. Okay, we'll wrap this up. We're gonna keep this one real short and tight.
I got a burrito to eat.
But honestly, just go. It's a great one to just watch during this time. Again, like I said, it's been spooky season. I think that was one of the first ones I watched during this time too. And it's been fun. It's been great. Kicked off the season real nice. It's again, watch it with your dog. They're gonna love it.
There'll be a few parts they're gonna be like, "Hey, man," but just remind them it's the coolest shot.
It's exactly. It's the Kuleshov effect, exactly. So you guys are going to be getting Ichi the Killer next. Oh my god. We are excited to
I
recording
read
that one
the
tomorrow.
entire manga today.
Yeah,
in
I'm so proud of
preparation
him
for this.
Another classic in queer cinema. I love this. I love it so much.
It is hilarious on review of it, and I do think like I can't wait to get into it. But
we're gonna dive real again. Kind of a fucking fan here.
I had some thoughts, and I was like, I feel differently than the last time I saw this movie. Let me check and see. Like if I'm the only one who thinks this, and I go on Wiki and it says like themes, and I click on it, and I was like, oh, okay, so everyone knew that all along. I was just 15. That's all. That's exactly. That's all that is.
And an edgelord, yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm glad we're gonna be on the same page. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be a really good one. All right, you guys, let them know where they can find us. You want to hit them with the plugs?
I don't, but I will. You can find us anywhere you source your homegrown, grass-fed, all-natural podcasts. Please give us a 5-star review. It always helps tremendously.
Yes,
you can
absolutely.
find us on Facebook at The Devil's Work Podcast, at TikTok at The Devil's Work Podcast, Instagram The Devil's Work Pod. And you can always send us an email to let us know what the dog actually is doing. Or to call me a dog-hating prick. Whatever, man. Don't bully my breed is all I'll say. At the Devil's Work Podcast at gmail.com. And you can find SsydeShow streaming, or at least the legend says so, at twitch.tv/SsydeShow.
Yes.
Spell it right. PSY.
Yes.
And you know what? Pretty soon I'm going to start doing some streaming as well.
Yes.
And that's twitch.tv/Skeptik, MOSKEPTIKMO.
Hell yeah. I'll put that in the description too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will see you guys. I think, this will be next week. So
fuck.
What's up?
Fuck. I forgot my joke.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
A long time ago, there was a Reddit thread, and I remember I literally read this while we were visiting you one time. While we were driving back to the hotel, I was just like looking on Reddit, and there was a thread that said, "Do you think there are ghost animals too?" And it was like just hilarious to me
so funny.
to presuppose that there are ghost humans, like that's 100% true, and then to say, are there ghost animals too?
Do dogs have souls? Yeah.
And so for a couple of years, every now and then I'll go, are there ghost animals too? And this film, when the ghost dog showed up, I immediately went, there are ghost animals too.
The legends are real.
It's true.
That's so funny. All right, you guys. We will see you next time. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, and if you're watching this on YouTube, also hit that bell. It makes the difference. Get notified of new episodes. And yeah, check us out everywhere. Thank you guys for watching. Later.